Bubala, you have asked me that what is the significance of the learning. The first and foremost thing I would like to say is learning and working and breathing are one. The statement is from my understanding. What other people think about learning and working, that is totally a different context. Bubala, you cannot learn something which is not in your nature. For example, flying. You cannot fly like a bird. You can jump a little, but make sure that you are not jumping from 2-story building. You can jump a little. If you try, you can jump a little further, but you cannot fly. And you cannot swim either, like a fish. You may swim a little, but you cannot survive underwater like a fish. So let me repeat this again, that because this is the first and foremost understanding for the aspect of learning. You cannot learn something which is not in your nature. In your nature. So let me emphasize that. I always crack jokes to my people around that you can just send a monkey to Olympics. It needs no practice. Definitely it will get a gold medal. And it may throw the medal away and move on because they are not interested in these things. Monkey likes bananas, not medals. All monkeys are born athletes, isn't it? Just think about it. I wonder how beautifully they play on trees. I used to have great affinity with monkeys when I was a child. I have seen how flexible they are. But it is human's predicament and an unwanted desire to be better than what he is. He wants to jump a little more than everybody else. He wants to scream little more than everybody else. He wants to earn little more than everybody else. And he wants to prove a point that I am not an ordinary human being. With the exceptional practice, I have attained something, I have achieved something, I have been recognized by the world, I have been awarded by the Prime Minister. All this crap he carries. It is not an individual's story, but it is the story of humanity. So let's come to the point. Bubala, learning has two aspects. The first aspect is you learn to understand something. That's all. And the second aspect is you are learning to be recognized. You are studying to become something, to achieve something. You are learning to prove a point. You are learning to say to the other that I am better than you. I know more. So I have been learning violin. So there is a lady in my institute. When I asked her, and she said she is learning to be a performer one day. After years of practice, she doesn't even play properly, but the idea of being a performer is there in the mind. And minute by minute, there is tremendous burden she carries in her mind. I understand, I learn violin just to understand the music in its totality, that's all. I don't really care about me being a performer or me being recognized by others. They are secondary. Bubala, when one has agenda or a propaganda, his or her mind keeps on thinking about the time. By and by, mind gets burdened with the counting minutes. And it always compares the minutes you spend and the knowledge you have accumulated. The distance between, the gap between the time which you have spent and the knowledge which you have accumulated is depression, is struggle, is stress, is ego. On the other hand, when you learn to understand, make sure that there is relaxation, and there will be relaxation, and there is no sense of time. Till your last breath, you can do it, like Socrates, like Raman Maharshi. It has nothing to do with respectability or you being respected or a profession. It has no connection with all those things. Bubala, there is beauty in understanding something. Realize it and respect it. And live that life. Don't think too much. Michelangelo said that I am still learning. It simply means he has been understanding something which is inexplicable. He is still understanding. Do you know the true meaning of the word of learning, dictionary wise? To discover. If there is any appropriate meaning, according to me, discover is the right meaning. And the word origin, lernion, lore, probably a German origin. The meaning of this word is more beautiful. The meaning of the lernion means to teach, not to others, to yourself. So you are discovering and you are teaching something to yourself all the time. Now let me share my experience, according to me, what is learning and how I really learn something. So, Bubala, there are a million things around us to get excited. And you cannot learn all. But when you look at something triggers in you. You just feel that you already know that. There is no gap between getting inspiration and implementation. That is the true ability and quality of a true learner. I have seen people that they see something, they get excited, they learn few months and drop. Minute by minute, their curiosity drops. The first day, they pack their bags, they go to institute, maybe 1 hour before, then they wait for the master, and when they learn, they are overexcited. They come back, they explain to everybody that what a beautiful thing he has done in his life, what an experience, what kind of master he is. All that crap they explain, but by and by, they, within a week, you see the drop in their curiosity. Again, they choose something else. If someone learns something in certain time with great effort, definitely he accumulates ego, because ego always has a subtle relation with the quotient of time. Beware of this. So Bubala, I say to you, it is my experience which I am sharing. If you choose to learn, it has to be a conscious decision. Just be there. Look at the aspects you want to perceive. Just be there and look at it. Make sure that when you start learning, there should be no excitement at all. Your body-mind complex has to be absolutely relaxed and calm and quiet and ease. There should be no excitement. Let me reiterate that. The person who gets excited, his excitement shows that very soon he is going to drop whatsoever he chose. Learning has to be a lifetime affair, Bubala. Whether people respect it or not, whether people recognize that you are learning, you are playing better, it doesn't matter. Don't pay attention to those things. And you are keep on learning, whether that learning gets you money or not. You continue to pursue with unwavering mind and concentration. Concentration is actually a bad word. I have no respect for it. It's you just being there, that's all, in its totality. And make sure that never give a deadline to your learning. Allow the body-mind complex to perceive in a relaxed manner. Bubala, remember this. Mind always perceives quickly. It just understands quickly. Mind is like a sponge, but body is like a rock. While mind perceives quickly, body cannot. It is rigid, it is complex. It takes time to perceive. Because the body is the only authentic reality, it always functions in a mysterious way. There is an old saying that mind is a monkey and body is a donkey. I don't agree with that. Mind is a monkey, yes. But body is a reality. Body is godly, I say. So body takes time to understand something, but once body gets ready to perceive, it perceives faster than the mind. Then by and by, only body perceives, mind just becomes a vehicle which carries the information and hands over to the body. That is the pinnacle of learning. That is the ultimate point, the ultimate step one has to reach, where mind is not storing information, where mind is not affected by time, It is just acting like a pipe. There is a source and there is body which is ready to function, and mind just acts like a vehicle. Then learning becomes a very, 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 and I would like to add 1,000 more veries to this statement. It becomes a very easy affair. It is a love affair in its true sense, Bhubala. So Bhubala learns something without a deadline. Deadline is the cause of all problems. Let learning be our lifetime affair. Let learning be a love affair. Raso, vaisaha.